G'day, I'm Simulator Dirk and welcome to our first look at Train Sim World GWR. Now, of course, you may remember that when the original Train Sim World came out, it was an American-based freight simulator. And you may remember that I've done a couple of first look episodes in relation to how the game looked when it was in the beta. Now, we're going to have our very first look together of what Train Sim World GWR looks like, and as it will become clear, this is an English passenger version of Train Sim World, so it's by the same people that do Train Simulator 2017, but it's using the Unreal Engine. So we'll have a look. As far as I'm aware, you have to have the base Train Sim World, and the GWR is a downloadable content, a DLC. So let's get into it and let's have a look. We're at our introduction screen to Train Sim World, and I of course already have my character of Simulator Dirk. So let's select that and let's continue. Now at this point you can select where you want to go. You can select if you want to do CSX Heavy Haul, or you can now select if you want to go to the Great Western Express, and so needless to say, that's what we want to do. And so let's continue there. Now we are going to have a look at the tutorial. Let's have a look at the tutorial first. Now we're going to have a look at the high-speed train, the class 43, so let's do that first. And here's one of the other locos, the BR class 66 and the BR class 166, and of course the high-speed train, the BR class 43, and we'll have a look at this one first, and then we'll have a look in other videos of the other ones. So there is a UK freight element to this as well. Oh no, a lot of people were saying, oh, I can't cope with American stuff, I want English stuff, and so here we are.
The Class 43 high-speed train in Great Western Railway livery. Great work on being accepted as a driver for GWR. Today you're going to learn how to take control of this iconic train, get it moving, and then bring it to a stop. Start by climbing aboard the locomotive. Enter through the cab door in front of you.
Okay, so a lot of this is keyboard based, so we've got to do the whole walkie, you know, there's the running iron. You know, all this sort of thing. Now, if you've watched my initial first look at Train Sim World's beta, this is fairly similar to what it looked like.
Take a look around, and when you're ready, have a seat in the driver's chair.
Press E. Hang on, well, I suppose we should go in first and then press E. 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 Come on, E. Now this is one of the frustrations I do have this. E, sit in driver's seat, okay.
First, you need to get the engine up and running. Start by unlocking the reverser using the master key.
Okay, master key should be over Master key. Where did I see the master key? Master key. Anybody? That'll help. But you can see the dash already and how good it is. Master key. So that's what we must be aiming at. Oh, there's a master key. Master key locked. Master key
Set the
unlocked.
reverser handle into the neutral position.
You can also use W to increase the reverser. Okay. So it's exactly the same operating style as...
That alarm is the AWS self-test system. You will need to acknowledge this before continuing. Press the AWS reset button.
Where's that? Ah, there it is. Helpfully, AWS. Done.
You need to charge the brakes before we start the engine to ensure the train does not roll back. Set the train brakes to full service.
Okay. Oh, hang on. Full service. There we go.
This is the best part, hearing the engine revs build and starting to feel the power this powerful locomotive holds. When you're ready, hit the engine start button on the desk there.
Okay. Here we go. Here we go.
Things start to get a little more complicated from here, but we'll take it step by step. Set the headlights to day headlamp and markers.
Here we go.
Put the train in forward, so we're ready to get moving. Using the reverser again, set the handle into forward. By setting the train brakes to running, they will start to release.
Wait. Okay, I'm waiting. Now what? I'm waiting. Hello. What am I waiting for? Brake shouldn't take that long to release. Come on, I am waiting. According to my gauges, the brakes have released. Okay, I'm waiting. There's brake pipe air. See, there's nothing in the brake cylinders.
Nearly there. Now apply some power and get this train moving. Ease the throttle handle into notch 1.
Okay. Here we go. Oh yes, we are moving. We'll reach a minimum of 10 miles per hour. And of course I've got my gauge set to kilometers per hour, so that might be a good tip for new viewers. There's no rush. Where have I heard that before?
I think this is fast enough for now. To maintain our current speed, set the throttle handle back to idle.
I could listen to that voice all day.
Great and showing real confidence. All you need to do now is bring the train to a gradual stop. Set the train brake handle to initial to apply a small amount of braking force and let the brakes do the rest.
Okay. Initial. There we go.
You're ready to head out there on your own now. If you remember everything I've shown you here, you will do just fine.
Objective complete. Okay, let's continue. Okay, let's have a look next tutorial. So we're just going to concentrate on the high-speed train for now. We can do the other trains in next episodes. So let's go and start our scenario, shall we? Okay, we need to stop at Reading. Now, headlights on. Master key unlocked. Reverser into forward. Brakes are in full service. Okay, brakes off. Okay, let's go, shall we? And we are very slowly moving. A little bit more throttle. You can't hear the engine as much as I thought you would be able to. Okay, let's throttle again. Oh, I thought you'd be able to hear the engines a lot more than this. We'll shut off now. Now this of course is my first look, so, and the game has only been out about a day or so to the general public since this episode's come out. or since I recorded the episode I should say, it's only been out to the public a couple of days. So there may be some things that they have to fix in upcoming patches, but I haven't changed any of the settings. I might be speeding. Yep, there we go. That's better. There may be things that they may tweak. There may be settings that I may need to tweak that I haven't tweaked. This is running basically straight out of the box, the way that it is. For instance, I think I need to get rid of all those helper marker thingies because they can be distracting. Now I should probably slow up. A bit. I am speeding for the moment. So we've got 160k board coming up now. Of course, in the game is in miles per hour, and I've got everything in metric. So that may be a tip for you as well. Have your gauges in miles per hour, so you don't necessarily get confused. But from what I can see outside, it looks alright. We'll have to have a look outside in a minute when we get onto a higher speed section. I'm just coasting along at the moment. I do have to say the sound's not much chop. Now I've never been up the front in a high-speed train or the New South Wales version, the XPT, but I dare say that the sound would be more than this. Now I'll just coast now. The graphics look okay from what I can see. So we're about 100 kilometres an hour at the moment. We're still in the inner suburbs of London. Not that you can really tell at the moment, I'm guessing. Oh, there goes the train. So we should be coming up to a 200 kilometre an hour section, or 125 miles an hour. So of course you have to wait for the whole train to pass. So now we should be able to crank things up a little bit. Let's go into max power. Even going into max power, there's max power. There's the one you want to touch. Yeah, definitely have to get rid of those signal hint things because that's so annoying. I'm in max power, 1500 amps. Now I know that it's not the sound with my setup because I play other games and whatnot. No, that station looks alright. Doesn't necessarily feel like we're doing 120 kilometers an hour, but I do have to say the sound is disappointing. So what we might do, we might go outside, and there we go. Whoa. Check this out. Now I'm not controlling the camera at the moment. Now this, of course, is a massive step up from Train Simulator 2017. Oh, check that! Now how good does that look? Seriously, compared to Train Simulator. Now, of course, there's often different changes in perspective depending on where the camera is and other things around it. So that can account for some of the sudden changes in camera angle. So that's one camera there. You press number 3 for that one. I'm just looking at changing cameras at the moment. Wow, check that. Now, of course, this isn't simulating on how to drive, but it is giving you a look at the surrounding environment, and it certainly looks a lot more impressive out here, even though the sound's still quite choppy. Well, that's freaky. Just moving around at the moment, just to give you a look. Now, of course, while I'm doing this, I'm not paying any attention to what's actually going on in the cab, which I probably should be. Yeah, the sound unfortunately lets it down, I think. Because there's no way that it should sound this bad. Because I know my setup doesn't sound this bad. And I know I'm probably speeding, but this is just our first look at what it's like. 75 miles an hour. Yeah, I'm speeding and it's not making any difference. Like, I'm doing over 110 miles an hour in a 75 zone. That's a speed board for the turnout. Doesn't feel like we're doing almost 200 kilometers an hour. Unless, of course, you go outside and hello. Yep. Now, that looks more like we're doing almost 200 kilometers an hour. Now it says that we have to stop at Reading at 13:18. Now I have no idea. I think I'm right in saying I'm still 33 kilometres away from Reading. Oh, where's the track gone? Well, that's not good. Oh, that doesn't look good out of the window. Looks like I've basically got that, the rendering had to catch up. That view might help. So I think that means we're still 31 kilometres away from Reading from our objective. Oh, we've got some signals coming up. Shut off. Better. Well, we're probably too late anyway. Let's see what happens. Double yellows. One. Now, I'm not 100% sure of English safe working either, so... But I know yellows aren't as good as green, I know that. But the sound, I'm sad to say the sound is disappointing. And we've got a stop signal in a K&a-half. We are in idle. There's our signal coming up. We're going to stop before it. Actually, that's not our signal up there. Let's say, so we'll just release the brakes and we'll just go slowly up with the signal. And I don't know where I'm going, so this excavator coming up from a distance looked like my red signal, but it's not. It's quite clearly an excavator at this distance. Oh, this sound unfortunately is bad. And I hate to say it because I've been looking forward to this ever since they announced it. And the sound just sounds terrible. Okay, we've got our signal coming up. Now this can't be Reading. Now, I should have probably stayed off the platform. Now, this can't be Reading. Walkie, walkie, walkie. Can we leave the seat? There we go. Oh, we're in Slough. There we go. And Slough pretty much looks like it does in real life. Let's go. Oh, I think we have to get back in the cab to do that. Congratulations, you are now in Slough. Now, I'm not sure if we're actually supposed to be a, so I'm just going to take some, whoops, hang on. Just going to take some screen caps while I'm at the signal at Slough. Okay. Now, let me have a look. Let's have a look if the, whoops, let's, now I did say there was a button here, parking brake, headlights, train supply, DRA, I should put that on. There we are at the signal at stop. What's a tab? Oh, they've given us the road. So I should probably close the door. And for what it's worth, bit of horn. Ladies and gentlemen, we apologise for our extended stop here in Slough. We will now be departing, and I probably should have been. Oh, there we go. We've got the. Oh, the sound. I'm sorry, doesn't pass. That sound is sadly an epic fail. Max Power, he's the one you want to touch. Now I don't have any idea of what the actual time is. It says I'm supposed to stop at Reading at 13:18, but I can't see anywhere where it tells me the time. Now, if that little marker's right, I'm still 27 k's from Reading. Max Power, he's the one you want to touch. Let's go inside again. Sound is very disappointing. The graphics are pretty good. Are they electrifying this section? Well, the graphics are pretty good for what they are, but the sound unfortunately just doesn't cut it, which is quite sad. So I'm still 25 k's away from Reading. We've certainly had to map out a lot because not only can you use this train, but as we'll see in other episodes, and hopefully the sound will be better, the freight service and also the rail car. Whereas you can stop all stations to Reading in the rail car. stations look pretty good. Now, I haven't done a lot of reading of the manuals and all of that sort of thing, so there are probably some things that I've got wrong. But I just wanted to bring you this view straight out of the box to show you what it looks like. And apart from the sound, I'm impressed. Now, as someone who likes the UK and likes passenger trains more than freight trains, this is certainly worthy. Now, if you can ignore the sound issue, and hopefully they'll listen to the feedback that they'll no doubt get from people and put out a patch for it. But there's no way it should sound like this, especially for a diesel high-speed train. It shouldn't sound like this. I did read one suggestion that they just used the sounds from Train Simulator 2017, which I hope they didn't. Yep, sound, definitely an issue. So let's have a look at camera 3. Now there's probably a button that I need to push to get inside the passenger section. Stations look so good, and apparently the AWS, the automatic warning system, doesn't work. Bye bye train. Toot. I don't even know how fast we should be going. Now obviously the rail car and stopping at more stations is going to be a little bit more interesting, but of course, seeing as they heavily promoted the high-speed train version, I thought that I'd start with that on this episode. Now, of course, in real life, as I've said 100 times on Train Simulator, but just in case you're new to me, the signals telling you, the signal markers telling you where the signals are, of course, in the real world you've got road knowledge, and so you'll know your speeds and you'll know your speed boards and gradients and everything like that. And of course, you can also turn all those off, should you choose to do so. This is how it looks, and this is how, unfortunately, how it sounds straight out of the box. As I said, graphics impressive. Haven't clicked everything to see if it works yet inside the cab. And and haven't done a lot of reading to learn some more of the skills, but obviously I've got a bit more experience, A, being a train driver in real life, B, having played a lot of Train Simulator 2017 and playing a little bit of Train Sim World, so I'm not a total stranger to that universe. Still 8 kilometers away from Reading. Oh, and it looks like I'm speeding now, so what we'll do, we will just shut off. Well, there was a change to the engine note, but it still sounds crap, unfortunately. Probably no need to brake just yet. So we're doing 200 kilometers now. It doesn't look like it though. Actually, I probably should start putting some brake on. I've never driven a train in real life at these speeds. So I'm not an expert in the distances that I'll need to start braking at and whatnot. But considering that Reading's not the absolute end of the line, the speeds may not indeed drop. We've got some more signals against us coming up, so we will have to slow down a bit faster. It will take us a while to stop from 140 kilometers an hour. Full service. We're going to have to give it some throttle now. A little bit of throttle, but not much. To get up to that signal that's just there. Thought there was a signal there. It looked like it. Maybe it wasn't. Now obviously to a real trainer I wouldn't necessarily, being an experienced train driver, need to look down at the controls all the time to operate them. lose the signal that I can see, but that's not for me, that's all the way over there. Come on, let me look up. See, that marker's getting in my way at the minute. Oh, look at the set the carriage number. 43 for 43 class. 69. Okay, see, we've got a. Okay, so we've got a stop signal coming up. I hate the mouse controls. Probably didn't help that I was actually zoomed in. So we're coming into Reading. We can just go quite slowly onto the platform because we do have a signal at stop at the end of it. Now another thing I don't know is how long these platforms are compared to how long the train is. $150 meters. Objective complete. How do I... Okay, load passengers, unlock doors. How do I do that? I don't know how to unlock the doors. Should I know that? Windscreen de-icer. Little help, somebody. Unlock the doors. How do I do it? I don't think that was the thing the driver did anyway. Climate control, fan speed. Vigilance. AWS. Cab light. That's the external door. If that's anything that the driver does. Wanna help somebody? Spare. That's handy. Windscreen deicer. Train supply dimness. Marker lights. The train radio clearly. Emergency brake. Light test. Put the DRA on. General fault. Train supply. Train supply. Train supply. Headlight flash. Parking brake. How do I unlock the doors? Driver's buzzer, gauge dimmer, that doesn't tell me what it is, brake test, there's nothing that clearly tells me. So thanks to the interweb, I learned that you hit press tab and then you unlock the doors on the left and then the doors unlock. So the passengers are now loading. So there we go, there's a tip. Press tab if you want to pass a signal at danger, or if you want to unlock the doors now. From what I was just reading on the internet, the driver in a high-speed train has absolutely nothing to do with that. That's more of a conductor thing, or a train guard thing. So they have to simulate that by pressing a button. So doors, not sure if we should go outside. Oh yep, the doors are open. There we go. So we'll go for a walk up the platform a little bit. Yep, doors are open. So we'll see what happens when the time is complete. Now no passengers are there. Load passengers, lock doors, so tab, lock to the left. Oh, the door's locked. You have completed the service. Well, there we go. So we learnt something. We learnt to press tab to contact the signaller to clear the signals, and we learnt how to open and close the doors on the train using the internet. The internet told me because the lady in the tutorial, that was what I was looking for, didn't tell me. So we made it to Reading. We're now simulated Oak level 3, and that took us 43 minutes, and we drove almost 58 k's. And I am now class 43 level 2. Alright, here, please exit the vehicle. Okay, out of the seat. Come on, dude. Out of the seat. Open the door on the platform side and walk through it. See, we have done that. Screen cap. Okay, now I should walk instead of please exit the vehicle. Okay, so we've done that. Walk, 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 walk. Now the escalators are closed. Yeah, able to know the significance of that. Platform 7 and 8 at Reading. And we go up the stairs. Oh, check this out. How good's this?
All our trains and stations are no smoking areas. Please do not smoke until you have left the station premises. This includes e-cigarettes.
Oh, so now we can just walk around if we want. Okay. Check out the detail. We are upgrading the railway to deliver faster, cleaner. Blah, 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 blah. Rail upgrade works. Disruption. Do I want to give up control? Yes, I do. So now I can presumably just get on any train we want if we want to. Yeah, platform 7. I don't know my way around Reading Station, so this is as new for me as it is for you. Where are all those people going? And where's platform under 6? Can we use the lift? Can we use the driver's stairs? Let's find out. This lift is remotely controlled. Press intercom button, wait by lift. Probably can't. No, that's a shame. Oh, there's a train we can go back to London Paddington on.
Smoking is not permitted in any part of this station or on trains. This includes e-cigarettes.
Oh, we're on the train. Is there a spare seat that I can sit in? Sit in standard class. So do I want to sit in standard class? Probably not. Is this a buffet? Oh, the buffet's closed. That'd be right. Sit in first class. So do we want to sit in first class? Hell yes. Actually, I want to sit in that one. Okay. Now I'm sitting here. Just wait for the train to go. Actually, no, we'll get up. And we'll keep walking. Well, we're going. It's not letting me sit down anymore. That mean I'm on this train illegally? Oh, that's just me zooming in, that's not. Alright, let's look out the window. Now, as soon as the train started moving, my marker went red, and I can no longer sit in the seat. But I am standing in first class. So yeah, the signal's at stop, I can't do anything about it, so if you want to ride around the train all day, you can. Oh, it's letting me sit down again. E. Okay, so we're sitting in the seat, now we're looking out the window. Okay, so clearly it's not letting you move around the train while it's in motion. Okay, but because I'm stopped, I can move. So we'll get up, we'll go for a walk. We must be pretty close to the other train. Okay, let's sit down quickly.